Hello, nice to meet you in today's video. Did you know? According to the latest health statistics, for every 3 people over 65, at least one will fall within a year. Falls not only cause pain to the elderly, but can also easily cause serious injuries such as broken bones, even affecting long-term health and psychology, confidence in daily life. So, why are the elderly so prone to falls? Is it because of age, or are there other hidden causes that few people pay attention to? And more importantly, what can we do to prevent, to help our grandparents' parents walk steadily and confidently every day? In this video, you will learn in detail the most common reasons for falls in the elderly, early warning signs you should pay attention to, and especially simple, easy-to-do tips at home to help your loved one maintain balance and live healthier every day. If you have a father, mother, or any elderly relative, please do not leave this video. In just a few minutes, you can grasp valuable knowledge to help protect the health of your loved ones. And don't forget, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, so you don't miss useful videos like this in the future. If you have any questions or experiences related to elderly care, please leave a comment below. I look forward to reading and discussing with you. Now, let's get into the details. Are you ready? You know, the actual numbers are much more alarming. According to the latest statistics, up to 30% of the elderly fall, leading to serious injuries, such as broken bones, head injuries, and other dangerous complications. Even more worrying, of those who have fallen, about 50% no longer dare to exercise vigorously. They live in fear, stress, avoid walking, exercising, even simple daily activities. Can you imagine? A fall not only causes physical pain, but also an invisible wound in the soul. A fall can make the elderly lose confidence, always feel afraid every time they stand up and walk. Over time, that fear will limit their mobility, which can easily lead to physical decline, and more seriously can lead to depression. Therefore, fall prevention is not only about helping loved ones avoid injury, but also about preserving their confidence, health, and joy of life for the precious years of old age. As you can see, just one fall is enough to change the life of an elderly person in a direction that no one wants. But why is it so easy to fall? What is silently causing these dangers? To protect your loved ones, the first thing you need to do is to understand the common causes of falls in the elderly. And right after this, we will explore the most important factors to promptly recognize and effectively prevent them. Please listen carefully. Every little knowledge today could protect the safety of your loved ones. We will start with the causes that originate from within the body of the elderly. These silent changes, when accumulated over the years, will cause the body to weaken little by little, increasing the risk of falling. 1. Decreased muscle mass, sarcopenia. One of the most common causes is the condition of decreased muscle mass, also known as sarcopenia. When we are young, muscles help us stand firmly, walk flexibly, and maintain good balance. But after the age of 50, the body begins to gradually lose 1 to 2% of muscle mass each year. If you do not exercise or move regularly, by the age of 70, the amount of muscle can be lost up to 30% to 40%. When the muscles weaken, the ability to support the body is reduced. Walking becomes slow and unsteady. Just a quick movement or a small misstep can also cause an elderly person to fall. A simple example, when stepping onto a step, if the calves and thighs are not strong enough to lift the person up, they can lose momentum and fall immediately. 2. Slowed nervous system and reflexes. Over time, the nervous system, the machine that controls all movements in the body, also declines in function. Natural reflexes, which are very agile when young, will slow down significantly as they age. If they suddenly stumble upon a small obstacle, Young people can quickly step back or stretch out their arms to keep their balance. But elderly people react a few seconds slower, making them unable to save themselves before they fall. Weakened reflexes are one of the reasons why falls become more sudden and dangerous than ever. 3. Diseases that affect balance. Some common chronic diseases in the elderly also directly reduce mobility and balance. Arthritis. The disease causes pain and stiffness in the knee, hip, and ankle joints. When the joints are less flexible, steps become heavier and more unsteady. Parkinson's disease causes tremors in the limbs, stiff muscles, causing a stooped gait, small steps, and making it easy to lose balance. Vestibular disorders cause dizziness, spinning, and disorientation. Even when standing still, the patient may feel as if standing on a boat. These diseases not only make walking difficult, but also pose a risk of falling at any time. 4. Side effects of drugs. Another factor that few people pay attention to is the side effects of drugs. Elderly people often have to use many types of drugs to treat chronic diseases. Some drugs can affect the nervous system and mobility, such as sleeping pills, cause daytime sleepiness, reduce alertness, slow reflexes. Antihypertensive drugs cause orthostatic hypotension, making the patient dizzy when standing up. Sedatives or strong painkillers cause loss of concentration, fatigue. Taking multiple drugs at the same time or suddenly changing the dosage also increases the risk of losing balance and falling. In short, the natural aging of the body, underlying diseases, and side effects of drugs are all silent enemies that contribute to making each step of the elderly more fragile than ever. Therefore, understanding and closely monitoring these factors is the first step in helping us keep our loved ones safe. In addition to changes in the body, factors from the surrounding living environment also contribute greatly to increasing the risk of falls for the elderly. There are risks that seem very small, but they contain unpredictable dangers if we do not pay attention. Unsafe housing. Many houses today unintentionally become potential minefields for the elderly. Factors such as the doorstep is too high. The elderly can trip when stepping over without raising their feet high enough. Slippery floors, especially after cleaning or when it is wet and rainy. Lack of lighting. Staircases and dark hallways will make it difficult for them to see obstacles clearly, making it easy to trip, as in the case of Mrs. Jully, 73, in New York. While cleaning, she slipped on the wet floor. The fall caused her to break her wrist. Although the injury was not too serious, it took Mrs. Jully 6 months to fully recover her mobility. That slow recovery brought along with it many troubles, difficulty in daily activities, a feeling of inferiority, and fear every time she walked on a slippery floor. That little story is a reminder to us that a small subjectivity can also have great consequences for the elderly. Messy furniture, narrow aisles. Another dangerous factor is a messy house with tangled furniture. When the aisle is blocked by small chairs, electric wires, book bags, the elderly will have to step aside or lift their legs abnormally high. This can easily lead to tripping, especially for those who are already in poor health or have reduced vision. Just a small electrical cord stuck under the foot, or a slipper falling out of place in the middle of the walkway, can also be the cause of a serious fall. Therefore, keeping the walkway clean, clear, and tidy is extremely necessary to protect the safety of our loved ones. You see, an unsafe living environment, combined with declining health with age, will make the risk of falling in the elderly many times higher. Understanding these dangerous factors is the first step for you to be able to proactively create a safe, warm, and friendly home for your loved ones. Whether it is from changes within the body or dangers from the living environment, all contribute to making the elderly face an increasingly higher risk of falling. But the impact of a fall does not stop at the wounds on the body. What is more worrying is the silent damage in the soul, which sometimes takes a long time to realize. Many elderly people, after a seemingly gentle fall, carry within themselves a persistent fear, losing confidence in their own mobility. And even more sadly, that fear, if not properly cared for and encouraged, can lead to depression and make physical health decline much faster. Right now, we will learn more. How do falls affect the psychology of the elderly? And why emotional support after a fall is so important. Many people think that falling only leaves physical injuries, but in reality, psychological wounds are the most silent and persistent. After a fall, many elderly people begin to develop a fear of movement. They become very cautious, even limiting their daily movements. Things that seem very simple, such as going out into the yard, climbing a few steps, or going down to the kitchen, all become constant worries in their hearts. This limited movement, over time, leads to more serious consequences. Muscles become increasingly weaker. Physical strength declines rapidly. Immunity also weakens. And then, the risk of falling increases even more. It creates a terrifying negative spiral. Falls lead to fear, then reduced mobility leads to muscle weakness, then falls again. In this way, fear not only causes the elderly to gradually lose health, but also eats away at their confidence and takes away their joy in living every day. That is why, after each fall, emotional support for the elderly is extremely important, just as important as caring for physical injuries. But the good news is, we can completely prevent these unfortunate falls if we know how to take care of them properly and proactively from the beginning. No need for complicated methods. With just a few simple steps, easy to do at home, you can help your loved one walk more steadily and confidently every day. Right now, we will explore practical, simple, but extremely effective solutions to prevent falls in the elderly. To protect the health and confidence of your loved ones, we need to combine many simple solutions: muscle training and balance. Maintaining gentle, regular physical activity will help the elderly increase muscle strength, improve flexibility and balance. Some suitable exercises include Tai Chi. Slow, graceful movements help increase balance and flexibility. Gentle yoga, exercises to stretch the body, regulate breathing, and support overall health improvement. Walking regularly, just 20 to 30 minutes of leisurely walking in the park or around the house every day can bring great benefits. Encourage your loved ones to exercise regularly, but also ensure safety and avoid overtraining. And regular health checks. Regular general health checkups are an important step to detect potential problems early. In particular, you should pay attention to checking vision. Adjust glasses if necessary to avoid falling due to blurred vision. Hearing. Check the inner ear. Use appropriate hearing aids if impaired. Nervous system. Early detection of diseases such as vestibular disorders, Parkinson's disease. Adjusting assistive devices such as glasses, hearing aids, in time will help the elderly move more safely and confidently. And especially you can adjust the home environment. A safe home will significantly reduce the risk of falling. You should make small but very necessary changes such as install handrails along hallways, toilets, stair areas. Lay anti-slip mats in places that are prone to moisture such as bathrooms, kitchens. Remove clutter. Create a clear, spacious walkway. Install enough bright lights, especially in stairwells, bathrooms, and dark hallways. A bright, tidy house will bring a much safer and more comfortable feeling to the elderly. And build a reasonable nutritional regimen. Nutrition also plays an important role in strengthening muscle and bone health. Make sure your loved one's diet supplement enough calcium and vitamin D, helps strengthen bones, limit osteoporosis. Increase protein, helps maintain muscle mass. Drink enough water every day. Avoid dehydration that causes dizziness, lightheadedness, a common cause of falls. A balanced, scientific nutritional regimen not only helps the elderly stay healthy, but also supports rapid recovery from minor injuries. To help you better understand the effectiveness of the work in the room, I would like to share a real story. Very inspiring and spontaneous. Mr. John, 68 years old, is a person who has experienced a dangerous fall. Once when he slipped down the stairs, he injured his leg and had to take anti-adhesive medication for many months. First, Mr. John was like many other elderly people, worried, scared, and had no stadium after the fall. But instead of drifting, he decided to configure the file. Every day, he spent time practicing simple balancing exercises, standing on one leg, action execution set on a straight line, gently practicing Tai Chi movements. Gradually, his muscles became stronger, reflexes regained sensitivity faster. After just a few months of display, Mr. John was able to walk every day, climb stairs easily without using a walker. Mr. John's story is a clear demonstration that, with just display, the elderly can completely regain their golden hardware, confidence, and enjoy a healthy life every day. Dear friend, falling in the elderly is not inevitable. If we are just a little more proactive, a little more caring, we can completely prevent it, helping our loved ones live healthy and confident every day. Remember, practice balance every day, get regular health checkups, adjust your living environment to be safe, and build a reasonable diet. If you find the sharing in today's video useful, don't forget to click like to support the channel. Click subscribe and turn on the notification bell to receive many other useful videos. You can also leave a comment below, sharing your experiences, stories, or questions. I look forward to hearing from you. Wishing you and your family good health, peace, and joy in life. See you in the next videos.